classroom, maybe you need to get a spray bottle. I don't know, but they're cheap. So this is a pretty simple thing. So first of all, I have your student handout. You can see it, and the file that we'll give you has a teacher handout with it. So you've got all the instructions that you need. Okay, first off, what is a watershed? What is a watershed? Somebody in this area, on this side of the room, that might.
At this back table. Let's do that.
We're only allowed to ask questions about it, right? We might know the answer.
Oh, is that
I'm
it?
asking.
Yes, because we're science people, so we're always allowed to ask
We're
questions.
not allowed to answer.
Is it the shed where water drains off?
That is.
Ooh, good question.
You're welcome.
Or is it just a shed?
Now, let's go to the other side.
Or what is a shed?
Watershed.
Watershed is an area of land where the water, when it falls as precipitation, drains to the lowest. So she knew the answer. So it's that lowest point that drains the area around it.
Okay, so if you have a huge area and all of the water flows from that area towards the same point, then you can consider that all one watershed.
Right, like in Colorado, in the mountains, you can actually just go across the mountains, where there's a continental divide. If it rains on the west side of the continental divide, it runs to the Pacific. If it rains on the east side of the continental divide, it runs to the Pacific.
Yes, yes. Yeah, that continental divide, that's a really good example. Thank you. So this watershed is all the land that drains the water through precipitation into a creek, a river, a lake, or something like that. Yes.
So would I be mistaken if I told you to look at the word shed as if a dog sheds? A dog sheds its furs, it loses its furs, it falls, so therefore it's the water falling or moving to a location. It's not a storage shed.
You can look at it in both ways, because that low point
Both
actually
together
is
storing the water. So it's not solely storing it, like a place where you put your, yard tools. It's the process of shedding, the dog sheds, it's the falling, it's the movement of the water to the location, it's the whole process.
I think a water, it's not the process, a watershed is not the process. And y'all correct me if you heard something different. It's not the process, it's an area.
So it's the whole area, it's the area where the water falls and is stored. It's
Any
both.
area where water
What you're saying is it's the area that sheds the water.
It's the area that sheds the water.
Okay.
So flat land, not so much, has to be elevation where it,
No,
Wow.
flat land,
All
is- so it's all land is
All
part of a
land.
watershed,
Okay.
yes.
so everything's a watershed.
Everything is a watershed.
Anywhere where water
Everything
gets-
is a
Painted
watershed.
watershed.
Right.
A pond is a watershed.
I'm sorry, as a teacher.
But no, the same as
Yeah, because all I'm thinking of is what my lawnmower goes at. And I'm like, why is it called a shed? And she was just answering that question.
Okay.
The whole time I'm sitting here, I'm like, why is it called a shed? I don't get it.
Because it-
the other shit on the water.
Yeah, I guess so. Okay.
No, that's. We're going to say something to the dog because I have the dog.
Would that be like confusing language for kids?
Yes,
Now they
you
need
can
to
think
where
of
water
it,
fall
Pamela,
careful.
thank you for bringing that up. You can think of the watershed as the storage area for the water. So if the water falls within a watershed, it's going to be stored in that watershed. Like you store your lawnmower in a shed, the water falls in the shed and is stored there.
So I'm thinking that a lot of our kids and adults have the misconception, like she was saying, it's the process of the water coming down through the fault lines and the cracks, and that's not the watershed. The watershed is actually the collection of the water that seeps through
The watershed is an area
where the water is at.
It's not actually where it's stored.
No,
I mean,
no,
the
no,
word
no.
might be stored here, but this is all.
Think about this.
Okay, let's think.
If this table right here represents a watershed,
It's going to run with that.
let's say that it's gonna run into the sink, so that it's slightly tilted. This is flat, but whenever water, if we equally precipitate on this table, it's going to run into the sink and be stored in this lake. This flat area right here is not going to store any water, but it's part of the watershed.
I think that's what the misconception is, it's that one location where the
Right.
water is, not the whole.
It's the whole
area.
area,
Can you
yes.
have
got
them
it.
define watershed as well?
Yes, and let's get through all this and then let's talk about, let's go through the lesson and then we can critique the heck out of this lesson and figure out how we can make it better, okay? Yep, there it is. Anybody need a copy of the lesson? Okay, awesome. Okay, so first, here we go. How do you know, listen please, how do you know what the edge of a watershed is? How can you tell, oh, this is part of this watershed, this is part of another, because everything is part of a watershed, right? If it rains on something, it's part of a watershed. So how do I know what area, I mean, what is dividing? If it rains over here, this water is not, that rains over here is not gonna go in the sink. If it rains over here, the water's gonna go in the sink. What is the division between this area and this area?
Some sort of high point, whether it's mountain,
Okay,
hills.
so if this represented the high point, what would we call this right here that divides that watershed from this watershed? A mountain, like the,
Like a boundary.
a boundary, okay, but what is that boundary?
An impermeable region.
A what?
Impermeable region.
Landform?
Yeah, it's a landform, but what would this be? What would this represent?
Border.
A mountain, like the ridge of a mountain, right? So if it's the top of a mountain, like, you talked about the continental divide. If rain falls on one side, it's gonna go downhill. If rain falls on any side, it's gonna go downhill. If it falls on one side of the peak, it's gonna go over here. If it falls on the other side of the peak, it's gonna go over there. It's a watershed on one side, and then there's a different watershed on the other. They're not going to end up in the same place.
So, but it's not just mountains, because you can have areas without mountains, so it's a difference in elevation and the slope
Yes,
of that elevation
Correct.
that determines the flow.
yes, yes.
So in that case, is the word basin synonymous with watershed?
No, because a basin
It's more specific.
implies that it's like a bowl,
Okay.
but a watershed ultimately, I mean, water runs from high to low, and so it's gonna go off into, down to the ocean. Particularly, I mean, in Texas, our water flows from northeast to south, I'm sorry, northwest to southeast as you go down in elevation. It trends down to the southeast.
Gotcha.
Okay. Basin, though, we typically see a basin in the desert areas in like Nevada and such, and a basin and range. It's, that area, that basin is, the two boundaries are two mountain ranges.
Okay.
There's a big old desert. All right, y'all ready? Okay, we have instructions. You have paper, you have a couple of pieces of paper. You have, you're gonna crumble it up. You know what? Y'all are good readers. So what you do, read the instructions, follow the instructions, don't get ahead, do what it asks you to do in the order that it asks you to do it.
Smooth it out, back out, most of it. Also,
What a coincidence, I have a proof.
Did we get markers?
No. We only have. It says don't use a Sharpie.
That one right there in hand, those should be your insurance.
So these two you want for markers?
Yeah, those should be the ones.
Questions. The big ones.
Right.
It said it's flat out, it's very nice. You didn't flap yours very far. That is not. All the hyperallergenic dogs don't show. Cockatoos, poodles, none of those show. Full hair. And they allow us to take care of
Yes,
them.
yep.
But,
No, it doesn't matter. I want the reason.
and even
As long as it's three colors, I think that's all that matters.
the Yorkshire, but they have to see because a lot of them mix, and you just can't tell. And then Shih Tzus, but they have breathing problems. So they Yorkshires too. Yes, because we're all working. My sister, my mom, parents have Yorkie, Jackie Shih Tzu. I had a.
Right? Is it either way?
Hey,
I keep hearing professionals say, you said topographic earlier, I keep hearing professionals say it that way, but all
or cancer. So you know, care for your breathing. But no, I mean, and they also sometimes, theory says they live longer when they don't breathe. I'll let them do it right.
I'm going to rain on my lamp. Question.
You're still young.
We live together, you're involved.
No, dogs. Dogs are
Amen, thank you.
apparently dogs live longer when they don't breathe. From science, when they don't breathe. What's the question? I think they all
Oh, see, so it's not gonna work because I teach and those kids right there.
the paper is.
would. Believe it or not, sports.
I wonder where they're trying to go with this question.
When you get
What do you
back.
think will happen to your land when it rains? Well, they're gonna say, it'll soak in.
Runoff, I think the runoff, the goal says they got runoff, so probably the best
Pass the marker. How detailed models do you want these to be? Should they clear off their desks?
See how detailed.
Spray bottles? Okay, that's pretty cool. I like that. I like this one.
Will the
Hey
runoff?
guys, you can get, hey guys, listen up. Listen up. Y'all can go ahead and just, and keep going, but, when you get to the water, take things off of your desk, please. And don't squirt anybody.
Really, are you really mad?
Yes.
That I can see, your attitude. For us, 9 years old. Alexis has a meal. Turn that around upside down. It looks like evil, like, I'm going to cut you up into many pieces and bury you in one of the rivers. People will find that funny. This was my first year. That is no fun. 31 days. Sure now.
Mine's green, it looks like like that's just. She's just me. Well, it's like
Mine is more.
back out. Make like your definition. Maybe she's a nice person.
I think it would. I really enjoyed our tea, like our
Put it down, Melissa. No. No. Oh, yeah.
I saw the opposite side.
You need to come more often then.
I'll take notes.
Make a giant map.
Joins together so that
It's on the mix.
I was trying to work and it just worked. Never do us all. Yours isn't gonna work because you're not flat for.
This is why I should have been a book.
Mine sucks. And what is that?
I think it depends on what you identify mostly back out on smoothing is, would affect this
You
project.
should be able to.
I did, but that's not what the directions said. Mostly back out. Okay, so I don't need
White paper?
So do you see now how the water should be yes, to the lowest point. Yes, because these point, these ridges allow water to go different directions. The highest points of elevation separated. But not every single section, like this is up to this watershed, that's on its own. Yes, because that's the highest point. If you're mine like this, it would probably be about this one will be more certain water, that would be more water.
Or they would do like Lake Tahoe. It sounds like a
You probably could do like the fall.
I mean, I just saw that there were So this is the big stream that's running into.
Oh, you're a mountain. The force of the water causes it to flatten along.
And that way when we do it, you don't hear about
Well, I think the It's kind of, the water is kind of trapped in Peterborough, Overland, and
Okay, thank y'all. Y'all are doing an amazing job, and I'm hearing some really great discussions, some fabulous ideas. And just start jotting those down so that whenever we come back together in, say, 20 minutes after we're finished, then we can share these out with everybody. I want to make you aware, though, I really would like y'all to pay particular attention to the questions. Go through this as a student, because there's a second investigation in here as well. So on page 8, there's an experiment number 2. So keep time, make sure that you are purposeful and that you're getting your questions answered with integrity. Jot down your ideas, and then we'll come together at 11:20 to wrap this up. Okay, so 11:20 is our goal. Questions?
No, we didn't need to.
Wait, can you say
Yes, we'll put it on Dropbox. And it'll have, yes, we'll add you